Well, let me tell you something, brother. The following Dysfunctional Gaming program was filmed in front of a live Twitch audience.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Dysfunctional Gaming's Talking D&D. I am the shell of what used to be Thundercat. And over there is my friend GM Patch Nasty.
I was like, does he what did I say name? When does I say name? This never no say name. No. Hi, I'm GM Patch Nasty. I'm confused.
Yes, I don't have a beard anymore, but that's because we did a good job raising money for Extra Life. We have our goal up there above us, and it's way above the goal. We still have some more donations that will be added in on top of that, but I'm just so proud of
shit.
I'm just so proud of what we did. 24-18 right now. That's incredible.
I forgot you had a chin.
Yeah, I forgot what I look like. I'm not happy with it.
Should have left the mustache. Mustache plays.
And weird new guy. That's right.
Yeah, right.
I'm the weird new guy on Dysfunctional Gaming. We got rid of Thundercat.
Hello.
Oh man. Well, Patch resubbed, but I want to repeat the alert so everyone can enjoy the alert.
Mom, I'm Machete Quap. Yes, thank you for the subscription. Yeah.
Hooray. Subscriptions. Has a gifted sub to GM Patch Nasty. What? Okay, well, there we go.
What happened?
I don't know. I was reading the screen.
Oh, is it what it says underneath it?
Right? Yeah, I was like gifted sub. What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't
I'll
give
have to
shit.
fix that. Well, anyways, yes, thank you to everyone who donated to Extra Life, whoever joined in and said anything in our chat. Thank you so much for keeping us going. Thanks for waxing our legs. Thanks for pieing our faces. Thanks for eating our baby food.
Ranch pie,
Bean Boozled, the hot roulette Doritos.
those were junk. We need better hot stuff next year. I think I'm going to take Tater's recommendation and I'm going to amp it up. I'm going to grab the bottle of the last dab so we can just fucking die. $100 donation to see Thundercat die on stream from Hot Sauce.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to have to ramp it up anyways, because if we can hit almost 2,500, what can we do next year, honestly?
With more time, a lot more.
I mean, we had plenty of time.
We pushed for like a good month and a half.
But that's what we normally do.
Or like a week.
We'll be raising all year, starting in January 1st. So you want to donate? You can still donate all the way up to the 31st. Extra Life runs year round. So if you're interested in that, you can also join and raise money for kids as well. Friday, we have our War for Garaxia at 9 p.m.
We're talking about the stuff for the week already? What did we? What?
No,
where are
we
you?
just always want to talk about how we have War for Garaxia. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. We talk about Dungeons and Dragons here. War for Garaxia, 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. When we're plugging our stuff, Patch, you're supposed to go, yeah, definitely, check out our stuff.
I thought I blacked out a whole fucking podcast, man. Jesus.
So check that out. Vandal Zero is our
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. DM. We're having a great time playing, and we're looking forward to see what else he's got in store
Host
for us.
is a loose term.
Yeah.
DM is a great term.
Host is a loose term.
That is flawless execution on dungeon.
Yes. Our Dysfunctional Gaming motto, flawless execution. This week we decided we were going to give away some tips and tricks on being a DM. Some of the stuff that
I'm going to charge you.
Yeah, some of the stuff that we use in games that we think would help benefit being a dungeon master. And last week we talked about becoming a dungeon master. If you want to check that stuff out, where can you go?
That's not me. You can go to the YouTube page to watch it in its video format, or you can go to all the places for your ear potatoes, which would be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, and all the other places like Podbean. Podbean. My favorite type of bean is a Podbean. Yeah, that's where you can go listen to it.
Sweet.
If
Yeah,
you
check
want
it
to see
out.
the outlines for them, go to Patreon. Give us money. Pay for that. We give you the podcast. If you want to see the outline and my rambling sometimes, yes, feel free to go to the Patreon, and it's $3.
We have 42 episodes other than this one up there right now, so plenty of content to check out.
I've been debating on like sometimes responding with Morse code just so like the Patreon readers like, what the fuck is he talking about? Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
you're
like
talking about.
No one knows what I'm talking about. Not even I know what I'm talking about. But what are we talking about?
We're talking about tips and tricks for dungeon masters, and we're going to give away our secrets.
I don't wanna.
So,
It's a great episode, folks. I'll see you next week.
All right. Let's see. Moving on to Creation Zone, we can make some. Oh, let's talk about some past experience using tips and tricks. Oh yeah, I remember this one time. All right, yeah, we're done. Okay,
Didn't
bye.
do anything. Shush. You're not gonna get it. This is where you can find. No. I think honestly, the biggest thing that I could recommend. I think I said in the last episode. Keep a notepad down with a pencil, right next to your hand that your dominant hand is, next to your dice. The DM thing is to write down what players say and use it against them. That is a dirty trick that I use. Another thing that I like to do is I like to write down how players react to NPCs and how they treat them. Because if you react poorly to an NPC and you treat him like shit, he's going to spread dirty, dirty rumors about you just because he's a vindictive prick. And, you know, you might get treated differently at certain establishments or certain places. I'm a big fan of letting the players shoot themselves or stab themselves. You know, if you said that you burned down someone's village, I'm going to write that down immediately. And not even hesitate. Just like, yep, okay. Write that down and just nod. When it comes to like social encounters, that's a good thing. Combat encounters, a good DM trick for any combat encounter is your monsters can do the same thing the players can do. If your players can form a trap, why can't a dragon? If your players can kidnap a bandit from a group of bandits, why can't I do that? Let's do that. Why can't I do that? Let's do it. That's a big thing to remember. Don't do it on like a party like level 3, like new players. If you have experienced players, pull from the well. Hazards is always a good thing to make encounters tricky, but not so tricky.
Yeah, I think using spells against against spellcasters is a great way to make them go, "What the hell is going on right now?" Oh, you're gonna cast that spell on me? No,
No, you're not.
my friend here counterspells that, and you're like, "Wait a minute! I thought we were the only ones that could counterspell." Nope. I am allowed to do that.
The best is when you counterspell someone's healing. That's when you really piss off a party player. I'm going to drop a mass healing word at this level to heal us. No, you're not. Let me roll for it. Oh, shit. It doesn't work.
I think like I one of my tricks that I do is I always have like when I'm in combat, I have just like an average for each enemy for against the party. I just have an average. Like, okay, they do an average of 6 damage every time they hit. So that way I'm not having to roll damage every time.
Yeah.
It's just 6 damage. This is how much damage they do every time. I'm not rolling 2 dice. This is it. This is what they get.
A dirty, dirty, dirty trick that I've done and will do many, many times is I am a firm believer of once you put it on paper and you give it stats, your players can kill it. So, if you're like me and you want to see how far what your players are truly capable of, leave the HP blank and just have a calculator instead and just start adding numbers. See what they can do. Be like, okay, yeah. If you want to throw resistances in there, do it. don't outdo the math. Honestly, you'll be real surprised how much damage a party can do given the circumstances. Like, throw some ridiculous looking thing. Matt Mercer 'em. Essentially, Matt Mercer 'em, and they're fighting an illusion. But I one up that. I just give it stats except for HP. And then I go, they've done about 700 damage, and it's, we got here at 5:30. It's about an hour and a half. I feel that's a good combat can go a little bit longer. I don't have nothing prepped.
Just keep messing with them.
Yep. That's something to do. Honestly, it's a good way to see how your party is cohesive and what they can do, and not have to worry about the time constraint of an HP. That's one that I will always use.
If I want to extend combat, I just make minions show up. Like, oh, 4 more minions just got back from from one of their stakeouts and noticed that there's a fight going on and join the fray. Here you go, 4 more minions.
That's a way to do it too. I've also, you guys remember the temple thing that I did? I just had minion spawns. Like every initiative turn at turn 10, skeletons will spawn because you're in a crypt.
Well, that's
Why?
not, but that's,
It's
but I'm
D&D.
saying if I underestimated how the combat was going to go and when I made it, I would just be like, oh yeah, no, there's going to be 4 more minions showing up now. Like, I'll just add more to make it continue the way I wanted it to go for a bit.
It depends. I mean, if you have a player who's rolling like hot all night, that I wouldn't add more to. Just because, the dice were in their favor that night. There have been nights where it's in my favor. There are nights when I go, oh, I've been rolling real hot tonight, and I'm sitting behind the screen. That didn't hit. A 15 doesn't hit, right? No. Okay. That's also another DM trick. Roll a dice. It doesn't even have to be a D20, and just say a number. If you you're trying to make sure people don't die and, get people to learn the mechanics, you can make some hits not hit. Likewise, if you have a player who's not as responsible with their rolls, and is rolling real hot, you can take away the ability to have them roll dice. Honestly, it's something I've never done, but old school D&D, players didn't roll dice. Only the DM did. That's a tip for if you want to make sure like people can get into the learning the concept. And if you have people who are bad at math, tell them they don't need to roll. I'll have all your fucking stats. I'll roll a dice real quick. Tell me what you want to do, because that's something that the old school D&D kind of put in my brain when I read all about that. Like, people would fucking DM behind a whole body screen. I was like, that's a little much, but I get it. It makes people pay attention more.
If the group's talking too much and you're trying to get their attention, you could roll a dice behind the screen and not say a word.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look around, look down at it, and then look up at one of the players. Just kind of, okay, and then continue letting them finish talking. Want to see the party straighten up real quick? They're wondering why did the DM roll the dice? What? Well, hold on.
Alternatively, you can also say the words, "Could you make this type of saving throw for me, please?"
Yep.
And then have them roll a dice and it be for nothing.
Mhm.
I've done that so many times because then people will start to get like, okay, why did I just do that? They'll get inside their heads. It's one of those things. I like to call them paranoia rules because you don't know why I asked you to roll it.
Right.
I just want to make you paranoid. It's
100%.
usually reserved for if you're sitting around doing nothing and clearly I had something in store for you. I'll be like, hey, could you make a constitution saving throw? And they'll go, why? I'll be like, just because.
Mhm.
And then when they tell you the number, you go, okay. And you don't say yes or no. You don't tell them if they pass or fail. You just go, okay. And then you continue on. Because then they'll try to wrap their brain around why they just had to do that. Let's see. Social encounters. I mean, reuse names. I've been there. You know. Make a game out of it too. Maybe these two gyms look alike. They're not related, but they just happen to look alike.
Yeah, you can really use the same names. I have a list of names that I just go through all the time.
Yep.
DM trick if you're trying to make characters and you just want random names. I do a lot of button mashing on my keyboard and see what words I make, and then if there's like 6 or 7 letters that are like MKLTPN, I will put like
Vowels.
different vowels in there to make it Nanpool. Now you meet this man named Nanpool.
I usually just use random tables. Like I'll go to the Dragonborn names, female, enter. That one. I mean, there's no shame in using a random table. There's no shame in, taking stuff out of that. Have some predetermined responses. Some people will not know the information that the party wants to know about, and that is perfectly fine for you, DM. You are okay to say, no, I don't know nothing about that. What are you talking about? And if they go to incite them, tell them they're telling the truth. Because they don't know.
I think
Trying to think. Insight's one of those ones what I always go back to, and it's one of my big ones that I like to have like little fucking things for. Like players will try to deduce if the first time they meet someone if they're lying to them. It's up to you as the DM to see how well that player's that NPC's poker face is. It is also okay to impose disadvantage on the roll for the insight check because these people don't know them. They do not know how they act. That is fine. You are also allowed to say, "Hey, how are you? How do you tell if this person is telling the truth?" And see if the player gives you an answer. And if they go, "I don't know," have something on the back end that there's a modifier. They're just trying to look for them like their eyes darting around the room, or like sweat. Like I like to reward players who can at least tell me how they're trying to do something. I really do not like, I want to persuade the shopkeep. I want to deceive this person. And then I go, what do you say? And they say,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd like to persuade this guy. No, tell me what you say to persuade that person.
Mm-hmm.
That could change the whole outcome of the persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. And then, if it was like your Thundercat and like listening to someone talk to someone and I know that they're fucking lying through their teeth, I'll let them keep talking just to see how good the lie is. Because if it's a good enough lie, I'll give you bonuses on my end that you don't even know about because you spun a fucking yarn. If you contradict yourself, the same mentality applies. I will either tell you to roll with disadvantage, or I will put a modifier on there, or I'll just roll a dice on my back end twice. One for their insight check and once for their history check. Be like, oh, he was talking about this, but now he's trying to tell me he believes this. Nah.
Yeah,
I
know what you mean.
Brings it back to have a notebook. Always have a notebook, Miss DMs. There should always be a little notepad, something for you to take quick little thoughts. What's another one of your good little tricks that you like to use? For me, if you have a problematic player who likes to ensure that chaos ensues.
I mean, I've started saying no.
Yes, you have.
I've started being like, no, you cannot do that. I'm sorry.
And what do I go? I go, okay.
Yeah. Normally, you got to need a little bit of a reason behind why you say no. I think if it's like a new person, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. I feel like depending on your world or how you are running your game, there are things that should be able to happen and shouldn't be able to happen. And if this is one of those things that goes against how you envisioned your world, then you can say no. Just be aware, be ready for your party to be like, or the player to be upset. But you need to, that will come with time as a new DM, but as a seasoned DM, you should be able to say no and have a reason why, because you've been doing it long enough, or you know the rules, or there is something that you had in your story that makes it not viable in game.
It's one of those things. I like to. It starts off from you can certainly try to. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, like so, but that's a great idea, but it won't work in this context.
Yes, right. It's one of those like action movie versus real world mechanics. Like, yes, I will let you try to scale down the side of a castle and use the banners to like kind of swing yourself down. However, I am going to say no. You cannot roll to see how far someone is stranded in the middle of the fucking ocean. I will say no. No, that's astronomical. Like, for me to even let you roll the dice, I feel as though is a crime because you're just wasting a roll.
Unless you have a specific ability, knowing like you're good at.
Yeah, unless there's something you can bullshit me on.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, I think as a tip or trick to being a DM, saying no is not a bad thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you can work with problematic players too, though. If they like to have chaos and whatnot, you can kind of create the chaos back at them. I.e. the
Think of many things.
Trap room before Tiamat.
Yep.
I was like, here's chaos
Dad
for
wasn't
you.
even there. He didn't care.
I know, but here's chaos for you now. But I got you back eventually. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I don't know. I have fun playing with Patch because I know he can take me being not like I don't know straightforward going after him like in game. He knows that like he brought a lot of it on his own by being that kind of character. But there was a lot of stuff that we had fun doing because of his character. So it's like I can't argue that it's a great thing to say no or a bad thing to say no.
Right. I mean, like I don't like to let players roll dice when I know they can't do it. There's no number, like it's a 50. You can't roll a 50 unless you like there's no. It doesn't work like that. I apologize. Yeah. But you will not be able to break down this iron door that's barricaded with your fucking shoulder. I'm sorry, but you can certainly go ahead and roll dice. Roll to hit it. All right, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you cascade into this, you know. Another fun thing that you can do, DMs, let the party get an admirer. I've never thrown this on you guys and just like start like leaving notes in towns for one player and don't sign them. Like go a little bit over an extra with your props and then see how the players react. Like there's a note on your door. It doesn't say who it's from, but it has your name on it. And it smells like lilacs. They read it, it's heartfelt. There's no name. And then they try and go find that person. And then make a game. Make a campaign out of that. So,
I had I didn't make this one, but I had the doppelganger that went after Dalamar. That's kind of along that lines.
invisible creatures like quasits, mephits, low-level devils.
Yeah, follow around just to watch them.
Yep.
They interact here and there, but it's like while they're sleeping, they do something like
Mess with their bag.
Put something from their bag in someone else's bag, so it looks like that person stole it. Or just totally introduce someone that just steals stuff from everybody. And ends up being the favorite NPC, favorite adventuring friend.
Yay, Tasselhoff. Trying to chew my bacon.
Did I tell you I got a new keyboard? It looks like it's on fire right now because it has cool colors.
You got the RGB chroma.
Yeah.
That's outrageous swag. Let's see. Always remember your NPCs. Remember how they're treated, like the party treated them. Don't be afraid to interact with your big bad evil guy at the low levels. If one thing from reading Strahd taught me, fucking throw your big bad evil guy at your party as many times as they want. As many times Sure. My big bad evil guy is going to be a red dragon. Let's go have a chat with the level 3 party. They're not going to fight it. Let's see what we can talk about. If you're playing, try to always get the theme of your campaign and fucking nail it down. If you're playing Strahd, watch a lot of horror movies. If you're playing, Tomb of Annihilation, watch a lot of like James Bond style movies. Watch a lot of like Raiders of the Lost Ark to get you into that type of main. Watch Jurassic Park. Watch your medium so you can know how to set your pace. Like, if I would have ran out of the Abyss, I probably would have done it more Prison Break style-y, like have you guys running away from the drow. But the way I ran it, you guys went down to the Underdark. So I had to kind of completely upend it. Let's see, there's Hoard of the Dragon Queen. That one, I don't know how I would. I honestly, after you ran it and I read it, I went, kudos to you, sir. I wouldn't know how to run that.
I had fun with it.
You had a blast with it.
Tips for that: if you want to run Hoard of the Dragon Queen, don't do the second book. Make it up on your own.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they don't have the dragon mask, because at that point,
yeah, you guys only got one of them.
Yeah, we fucking barely used it.
Yeah, it became a claw.
Right. Yeah. Another thing, write down how the party fights. If you've got a big bad evil guy and people keep getting away, eventually they're gonna know things about the party. They're gonna know like who likes to stand or who their healer is, who the caster is. It's at that point, remember that when they're relatively low level, not a lot of people know about them. Once they start to get to that upper echelon, like 7, 10, they're kind of renowned. Once you hit 15, fucking everybody knows about you. You don't have a lot of like.
They've had an effect on the world.
Mm-hmm. So that's always something to keep in mind. So that way, when people are resistant to fear because the wizard always casts it, they took a hero's feast before they fought you. I'm sorry. why these weapons are so powerful? Well, I mean, they're adamantine. They're gonna hurt a lot more if they crit.
Yeah, I think a good way to like get that into that mindset would be watching Overlord, the Overlord anime, because he's the main character is basically the big bad, and all of the people that are approaching him are adventurers, and he's learned how to like protect, and he's all powerful, and like he thinks ahead of time because he knows that he's the bad guy. Like he knows that these people are going to be coming for him. And for him to keep his status, for him to keep his status, he needs to be ready for all of this to happen. So what's he do? He goes undercover and joins the Adventurers Guild and partners up with the adventurers for a walk through the park, basically for him, but through a small dungeon, and grows their trust and learns about what they do, and then watches from afar. And then when they come to get him, he knows all about what they do.
That's clever.
Like that's so good.
Do your research on your big bad evil guy. That's always a big thing. I was chit-chatting with a friend of mine like a couple of years ago, and we were trying to think of like a good like bad guy for like a Wild West campaign. And I went, dude, Rakshasa. And he went, why? I'm like, because the only thing that can hurt it is piercing damage from a lawful good character. So you need like the fucking sheriff in town. And I was like, guns are piercing damage. So eventually, and he went, wow, that's real clever. I was like, yep. And you know, fucking if you have a whole party full of neutral characters, make it so something that, you know, you have to be good to hurt it. This thing feeds off of that type of energy. You need to put off good vibes. It's a clever little trick, but I mean, having an alignment resistance or a fucking immunity, woof.
I like that. I like that idea. Let's see. I think you could do. Let's see. What other tips?
Run Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah, we want to learn some tricks. There you go.
Yeah, run Tomb of Horrors and see how gruelingly save or die it is. It's fucking miserable. As a DM, I looked at it and I was like,
I mean, looking at the Doom Vault, like the spring that you all drank out of, like that's such a dirty little trick. Different effects if you do things more than once.
Bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. Oh, you press this small lever and you feel like you've feel healthier. Your wounds start to close and you feel much more aware. You gain 4 HP. Oh, I'm gonna touch that switch again. Oh, well, that's a bad idea. Because you get healed the first time, the next time you take double damage, 8 piercing damage from touching the... I don't know. That's just like little things like that. I thought that was hilarious, though. The well was so good. The spring was good.
I like environmental stuff that penalizes movement. That always changes the way things work, especially if they don't notice it. Like if it's, you know, sewery stuff. Another thing is, you know, get weird with layers. If you got a beholder, have it fucking over a hole. Oh, it's got a ray of telekinesis? Yeah, I'm gonna drop you. You're gonna fall 60 feet to the ground, and it's gonna hurt. How are you gonna get back up? I don't know. I don't care. You're now out of the...
I know how you're gonna get back up. He's gonna pick you back up with telekinesis and then drop you again.
No, he's just gonna turn you to stone while you're down there.
He just repeatedly turns you to stone in midair, and then you break. Oops.
That's another thing that I've learned from a great DM, Matt Coble. Take some old school like D&D shit and put it on New Stew. New stuff. Like health gating a breath weapon. You know how it's normally recharge? Once it gets to about, I don't know, I've got a quarter health left, it just gets it back. I mean, I was like, that's makes sense. It's pissed. It's angry. It needs to last ditch. Because those guys aren't fighter. Those guys are flight. Well, I mean, if they can kill you, or if they're hurting, they're gonna go.
Yeah,
There ain't nothing anybody else
they're
can do about
smart. They know that they should survive by getting away.
it. Mm-hmm. Play your monster's intelligence. That's always a big thing. That goes into if the players can do it, you can do it. Just look at the intelligence, be like, wow, these things are all above 10. Why wouldn't they, take prisoners? Why wouldn't they
Right.
not just eat them?
They know enough to collect like magical items, and they can figure that stuff out. They can transform. I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to do other things that you have thought of.
Reskin stuff. I don't care what you reskin it as, but taking stats from something else and then giving it a different appearance to have it do different things is a clever way to keep your seasoned players on their toes. Because if you have a dragon that's got goblin health, that seasoned player is going to go, what? Or if you've got a goblin with, I don't know, like Tarrasque stats, that seasoned player is not going to know what's fucking going on. But,
That's crazy.
tweaking. I know, right? That's fucking swole bobbling the goblin. But, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, giving something reach, giving an extra spell, give things to creatures so players don't know exactly what you're going to throw at it. If you have a red dragon that breathes ice, first of all, okay, I don't get it, but I want to know more. I don't want to kill this thing now. I want to talk to it and figure out how the fuck this happens. It's those little things that you can do to something, like having a bag of desaturation and then it just spits it out, is such a troll thing to do, but it's so clever. Because they got a kick out of me. Know your players. Know what makes them laugh. Try and get a laugh out of them. Do things that you write specifically for them.
Make a combat knife.
I don't think Vandal did that to make us laugh. I think he made us to do that. Right there, what you're doing. Just kind of rubbing our face and go, ugh, fucking dad joke.
I thought it was funny, but also awful.
So, yeah, well, I mean, it's Vandal. I love Vandal to death, but I assume that he went, what's on my desk? Oh, a combat knife. Combat knife. Combat knife and a comb. Combat.
That's another trick. Can't figure out magical items or something? Look at stuff around your house.
Yep. I can't say no. I've done it before.
Or that book that you read about how the people are magic and they use metals to make their magics enhance, and then use all of that throughout all of your campaign, like I did.
Yeah. There are just so many little tricks, like read your traps, read your moss, read your fungi, read your oozes, read your slimes.
Think of
little things like that.
Go read all of the different madnesses and all of the different chaos things that can happen, because that was a really fun little chapter we did with the chaos smoke.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you don't really need a lot of tricks in the bag if you have players who want to play and aren't, going to try and be like, oh, I know what that is. I know what its fucking stats are. That's a goblin. It's got HP. It's only going to do 5 damage to me. I can take 2 of those hits. If it hits me, the +5 to hit. DN's been rolling. No, you don't want to be fucking Rain Man playing D&D. Just fucking play D&D. Come on, man.
But then that goblin's not actually goblin, it's a Tarrasque.
fucking better. Better be a huge motherfucking goblin. I don't care. Like if you that would, yeah. Does a 37 hit? What? Sorry. What? Yeah, it's gonna bite you. What? Yeah, then it's gonna hit you with its tail. I'm sorry. Yeah, you didn't see its tail? It's a little boblin the noblin tublin. I don't fucking
Does a
know anymore.
37 hit? What?
It's a goblin. You rolling a D100 back there? Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. I kind of rambled off towards the end of that. I didn't know if you heard me.
I heard you.
Okay. D100.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Roll a dice, just roll a dice, and then ask them to do something like a save. That's always keeps them on their toes. We said that earlier. Yeah, don't have. I like that. Don't have HP one. I like that one.
Oh, it's that was the first Void Dragon fight. It didn't have HP. I was like, let's see what they do.
After a while, you're like, okay, we probably should run. We've hit this thing 100 times and it's not going down.
We've done over 600 fucking damage. What's going on? Are we even doing? It doesn't have a scratch on it. What? Yeah. So sad. Looks like he needs to be around for Act 2. I'm a big. That's something I will say. Plot armor shouldn't be a thing. I mean, if they die, they die. There are services to get them to come back, but I mean, who knows that if that player's trying to do other things, they should talk to you. Always talk to your players if it doesn't look like they're having fun. That's a big tip that you should know. If it seems like they aren't having fun, talk to them. Be like, hey, are you having fun? Just fucking say it straightforward. Like, are you enjoying yourself? And they go, yes. Be like, okay, cool. Is there anything that you would do differently? Is there anything that you want to do? You know, get feedback from your players. That's the biggest tip that I could give to a new DM or any DM. Just talk to your fucking players. You know, if I would have talked to my players, I would have known that Tacklin was leaving. Well, I kind of did. I kind of realized it as soon as I gave you the axe that Dwarven was. I'm like, he's probably gonna want to be king. And I was like, all right, let's see if he does. He does. Okay, cool. He's got a new character. We're good. Now I have a new NPC that is secretly the devil. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Talk to your players.
Yeah, I think being able to know what your players like makes your game easier. Because then you can write to them, like write your stories for them in mind. Speaking of your players, anything they write in their backstory,
Use it.
is fair game.
Yup.
If you wrote it there, it's available. Put it in your game. It will fill up pages. It will fill up pages for encounters, sessions. All that stuff will be used. Burn their city down to the ground. Kill their whole family. Make them want to go after the big bad because the big bad knew that you were from that town and was mad that you foiled his way of getting his gold to wherever to get that thing he needed. And you foiled it. You messed it up. So he's mad and he burns your town to the ground. Guess what?
Tropes.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to go after him after that.
Lean into tropes. It's what keeps D&D going. I mean, rickety bridges, treasure chests that are mimics, soul stealing mirrors. Invent your own tropes. Like, I've yet to do it, but I want to. If someone goes fishing in a game, they catch a boot. I'm waiting to do it to someone. Like, I'm trying to think of a trope that I always fucking do.
Hey, Uncle Sander.
I got nothing off in. Doing well. Trying to think of tropes in D&D that I use on a daily basis. Oh yeah, traps. The 10-foot pole method. I'm a big fan of the 10-foot. Like if a character buys a 10-foot pole, I'll be like, yes, you're a smart fucking person. Thank the Lord.
I think, yeah, I like the whole your heroes we need you to
Act
do
like it.
stuff, in town for us. Hey, I'm the town manager. You just got here, and you guys look like adventurers. A little girl's gone missing. Here's your first mission. Like, this is that's literally D&D trope 101. Like, you look like
You
an
meet
adventurer.
in a bar.
Ah, young man, you look like an adventurer. I know work for you. You could make 10 gold.
Could you give me some Decker Cane? Do you got a good Decker Cane? Hail, adventurer!
Hail,
Hello there.
adventurers. Hello there.
MacGuffins. MacGuffins. I am a big fucking fan of MacGuffins.
What about McNuthins?
McMuffins, I'm more of a McGriddle guy, but they took it
What
away
about
from me. Fuck you, COVID.
McNuthings?
McNuthin? Yeah, that's what I got right now. A big steaming pile of McNuthin from my McGriddle. But the one, like that powerful item, I love to use it in every D&D game. There's always the coveted one thing that everybody's looking for. And then you can flip that on its end and make it something stupid. Make it this mundane.
I was thinking even like you tell them all about it, where it is, they go to get it, and it's not there. Like
it's gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Someone else got to it first.
Or it doesn't even exist, and it was all faked. Just a lore. Yeah, it's a fable lore that people have continued to say. I mean, you think about like the Holy Grail, basically. Like,
Oh, yeah.
is it ever going to be found, or is it just made up?
No, because the police will arrest you at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's just made up. It's not real.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a fun thing to do. Like, I like to be like, hey, there's something here, and then when they get there, there's not there. Be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, the world is a living, breathing thing. This person has probably told more than just you.
You're not the only person.
That's the big thing to remember, that there's always other adventurers in the world. It's D&D.
I love introducing other adventuring parties in to like offset the actual adventuring party.
When our group hears chanting, we know we failed the sanity roll. Yep.
I love introducing adventuring parties against the actual party.
Yeah.
You can see the jealousy. Like, oh man, that guy has such a cool sword. I want it.
I had the band of like goblins that I knocked you out with, and Vandal, and I stole you guys. And then last night we fought Mirror Us. Like, there was something that went different in one event, and then I went, there are two of me. That sounds amazing. I feel bad for my DM. I thought of it. I'm like, if we get along, it's bad. If we don't get along, it's worse. I'm gonna murder him. And then I brought them all around it.
I put in that other party that was delivering the idiot boxes, and you guys were trying to get to them, and they like were better. They were better than you because Knocker's character kept failing the stealth rolls. You guys are trying to like sneak up on him in full armor. He's like, no. They were like, just to make you jealous. I was like, yeah, these guys are better than you guys.
We went at him with a half-ass plan. We fucking did.
Once again, the biggest D&D trope.
Half-ass plan. Party will come up with a half-ass plan. It will go awry in the first move, and go on.
Oh, you really want to mess with the party? Put a door somewhere.
Put a lock. Just have something locked.
Have them. They have to get from point A to point B, and there's X, Y, and Z in front of them.
Have you guys ever had any PvP in groups? I mean,
it's the stud lock part.
Yeah. So it depends on your concerns of it. I made a tournament for the Sunday campaign, and that was where it was like kind of in an aspect where I could kind of control it. The stun lock thing, that was just a bar fight, and I didn't understand who was on the teams, and I didn't realize that I just took a potion of giant strength, and I was like, oh, it's me and Knocker and you two. I'm gonna punch you who just gave me the potion. That was dumb. And then I stun locked her. But in between the party, I think we got close on Knocker's campaign. I was a couple of bad decisions away from making Elias do some things to that paladin who was gonna murder a whole bunch of innocent laughs that they didn't know no better. So because he did something to me and I just told him to stop. I was like, stop. I cast command on him. And then, oh yeah, there was the one time me and my fiance, and I went to hell when I wrote myself out. Because I told her
we've had a few PvP instances, but never full on PvP like full initiative fight.
Yeah. Nothing that has torn the group apart.
Right. But there's been, I mean, the arena battle was fun. We did that. I mean, that's basically PvP, the most PvP we've done. We fought against each other a few times.
If you have infighting in the party, I mean, that kind of bugs me already, because like for session 0, there are 3 questions you should ask. Go ahead before I interrupted because I was thinking.
No, you keep going.
Yeah, like when you're having a session 0, there are at least 3 questions you should always ask the people. 1, hi Wing. Yes, you should ask them hi Wing. 1, how long have you been adventuring together? That immediately makes them go, we're a party. How long have we been together and we know each other? In our group, we have 2 PC characters who hate each other. They have a long history. They have come close to blows, but not yet.
So in game they hate each other.
Okay, but out of game they don't.
That's what I'm getting out of it. I mean, that's Vree and Alston.
All the time, yeah, but you guys never fucking murdered. Like, you guys came to blows.
There was times where I was ready to, like, absolutely drop him, but I knew if I missed, he would kill me. I was like, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this the nice way.
I mean, so if they're role playing it and it doesn't affect the game, that's cool. But if it does, then fucking
figure it out outside the game.
Have the cleric fucking mama on him, being like, all right, you guys are gonna duke it out, and whoever gets knocked unconscious, I'm gonna pick up, and that's where this is settled. This is fucking done. But question number 2: are any of you related? That asking that question immediately forms a bond. And then the one that I love to ask: what are some of your favorite things about your other party members? And then you write down the list of the party members' names, and then you make them fill it out. These are the reason why this is why you like to adventure with these people. You're not fucking fighting about it. Like that, it will detract from the game. It will skew loot experiences. And it could potentially fucking throw off the whole at first I thought you were talking about fighting in real life. No. God, no.
I'd beat the shit out of everybody.
Turtle defense. Wait for them to tire themselves out and then throw a punch.
I think I did something kind of similar for our newest campaign because I wanted you learn a lot of stuff after DMing for 3 years. That the next campaign you're going to do stuff differently. But I asked you guys for some rumors about you that are 2 that were true, 2 that were false, and 1 that was
I like that a lot.
1 that was made up, like a completely made up one. So I could use those in game.
I like that. There's half of it though, I want to say. I went, I don't want to know the rumors that aren't true about me, because that's even better. Because then you'll be like, hey, aren't you the guy who did that? And I'll go,
well, that's the thing.
Am I the guy who did that?
That's the thing, is I wanted you to tell me 2 at the very beginning. You probably forgot what they are now at this point. But I forgot what about
that is what the deed. So as Uncle Sander just said, nah, everyone is friends in my group. We only make the DM mad sometimes. So, DMs, that will happen. Your party will frustrate you. It's going to happen. Learn to just go, okay, and deal with it. And then they can deal with the consequences.
Next week.
If you order immediately.
When you built a whole session all week long on that bullshit that they did that week before.
So
Wanna
is that like
fuck
an
with
every
the
other week
god?
thing with me? Or I mean,
Yeah, you want to fuck
Oh.
with the god?
Thunder would lose all his fights now that he has no beard. That beard gave him his strength, much like Samson's.
I still have the hair. It's in the bag over there in the trash.
No, it's in a bag. Why is it? Oh, I thought you were
No,
like.
it's in the
No,
trash.
I'm
No.
It's my little Thunder voodoo doll.
Just wait. There's going to be some fun facial hairs going on. I'm going to go all the way over there and fight you, Fuzzrab.
You can almost see the chin, that like the fist that was hidden behind the beard right there.
Look at the butt chin.
It's predominant. It's good. We've had some PC fighting, but one PC was being taken control of. See,
Yeah, we've had that too.
That's so.
Patch is really good at doing that.
Yeah, I am.
Every time I try, it fails for me.
I have I'm a firm believer of if a player wants to go evil, I'll say why, and then I'll let them explain it, and I'll let them go ahead and be like, is this really what you want to do? And if they say sure, I'll go, okay, I'll let them go evil, and then I'll make them write a new character. That's good. If you want to keep doing that, that's how you want to have fun, sure. I can write around that. But eventually, everybody else who plays with you knows that this is your game. That's not how it should be. Everyone will have their moments to shine. You don't need to be a genocidal maniac to be that person. You don't need to go, roughing people up and trying to kill someone and saying that. You can just roll low and let the fucking dice do that. I mean, you can rub other players wrong. Like, I was Barondeer and I was a dickhead to people. I was Kador and I was a dickhead to people. But the bottom line is these people who are going to have your back when you get into the shit.
Right.
If you keep treating them like shit, I'm that type of cleric who'd be like, you're going to treat me like dirt? Fucking die. Go right ahead. What's funny is I was looking at my spell slots for Ironhide and I was like, I don't have Spare the Dying. Oh no. I mean, and I thought about it. I'm like, well, I don't think that's really. I'll make sure that people who don't want to die don't die. But if someone's dying, I'm not gonna stop them from getting that everlasting peace that I'm searching for, which is my ultimate zen. But then again, your players shouldn't be trying to undermine each other. They should be trying to undermine you. Because you are the good people, you are the NPCs, you're also that fucking nagging asshole who didn't pay me my 50 gold, you're also that fucking red dragon who burned down my village to the ground, you're also that lich who keeps coming back every fucking week for some strange reason though, every time I keep stabbing you in the face, you're also that beholder that every time I deal with, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. You're also that lovable cat who just decides to walk around, or you're also that asshole goat with the bell, and I don't fucking understand it, Kevin. Fucking put him.
He just shows up to headbutt people. It's fucking hilarious.
It's
so good.
Mind control stuff where they fade a road after the encounter. Yeah,
we've had plenty of those things happen, Uncle Sander, when Patch DMs. Our barbarians always seem to get mind controlled by him, and then they start beating up on the rest of the party. Yeah, the goat is wild. The goat is a crazy NPC that I put into the game, and I am loving every time I throw it in there.
Who at this point doesn't care? Oh, goat, great, wonderful. You're not going to be of any service. Yep. Oh no, well I'll just look at him. Great. Lead me to the cave. Lead me to the trees. Lead me to the lead me to the house.
And then another headbutt. 2 damage.
Monsters don't always have to be looking for a fight.
This goat's
Monsters
looking for a
can be
fight.
Peaceful. Yeah, just goats. You fucking turn it up on end. I mean, I had
throwing like 100 goats, a fight of goats to show up to fight.
totally accurate back at Battle Simulator. That's the first thing I fucking thought of. It's fucking. You remember the Four Beholders shop?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that was quite possibly one of the weirdest and fucking stupidest things that I came up with. I was like, I'm gonna roll the encounter table. 4 beholders. Why? Okay, sure. Let's. You know what? They're peaceful. They're angry because nobody buys their stuff because they're fucking beholders. Because they go to identify it and they can't, because they can't. It's not magic. You can't use magic because they're looking at you, because they're making sure you don't want to run away with their shit. But they were just loud and hey, you over there, buy the things. Yeah, you little guy with the spikes. You want this? No, he wants to buy it from me. Just get weird with it. Have fun. That's ultimately have fun and have a notepad.
Best tip for DMs: have fun.
And have a notepad.
And second best tip: have a notepad. I think we've covered a lot of good tips and tricks for DMs today. What do you think?
Yay. I don't like thinking it hurts. That's why I have the earbuds in, because then if I don't have them in, the smoke pours out.
So yeah, that's. I don't think there's much more that we can really go into on this topic.
If you have any tips that we should know about, you should certainly click the links in the doobly-doos and follow us on Twitter and all the fucking things and tell me how I'm wrong or tell me how I'm right or fucking tell me that my mustache is stupid. I don't care. Just tell me things.
Come join us in Discord. Come join us on Twitter. Come join us on YouTube. Join us on Patreon.
If you tell me that my mustache is stupid, though, I am going to knock you off your fucking pedestal. I'll tell you that right now.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, that's right. Don't say anything over there, fucking clean bum. I want to shave, but I want to procrastinate for 2 years and do it.
Oh my god.
How's it feel there, Clean Punum?
I hate it.
Thank you, Uncle Sander. It's a perfect mustache. Seal of approval. 11 out of 10. It goes to 11.
Not your mustache. I hate being.
Yeah, I know. You're clean bum. Yeah.
Yes. Please check out our Zombo Force. I was going to talk about that. Zombo Force Season 2, Episode 1 should be on YouTube soon. I think you forgot to upload it. It will be up there soon. But we have the whole first season. Pretty sure it's not up there. We have the whole first season up there.
It's certainly not up there.
Let's talk about what we are doing for the rest of the week. Friday night, we have our War for Garaxia episode 6.
Don't look at me. I'm not the number guy.
Episode
I don't know what I'm talking about
6.
next week. What am I talking? Like, I don't have to talk about Extra Life. I got nothing about Spooktober. I get to riff for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know. War for Garaxia. We just finished the toy factory, Merabiblium's toy factory, and we're walking around with Whisper Wound. Is that her name?
I don't know. The rest of the party didn't want to save some dead kids, and they're rude. And then me and Duke, the two badasses in the party, decided to save some kids. What's up?
Well, we all saved the kids because we all worked together to fight the thing, but there was a few of us that did not.
Oh, it was like Puddle Monster Marionette Man.
The fucking Gak. Fucking Hall of Gak.
What's the fucking gum one from fucking Ghost Rider? That's all I can
Flubber.
picture the entire fight. Yes, we fought Flubber.
So check us out there. Our host and DM Vandal Zero will bring you through.
Really lead off with DM first. Lead off with DM first, man.
A greatly hosted episode of the War
Rolling that word around again. Great.
Wonderful. The host with the most.
Oh, jeez.
Vandal Zero. Check us out 9
I
p.m. Eastern.
apologize ahead of time. I apologize.
On this station. If you get there early and watch the intro, you'll understand why we want to call him the most host with the most.
The host with the most takes.
There you go. Get ready to fight Tiamat. Well, good luck with that.
Enjoy the next 4 hours.
On Saturday we have our team night starting around 9 p.m. I wrote down crab game and duck game.
I wrote down a big one loaded with extra fries and a chalky milk because I will be at work that night. I will be starting
that's right.
job number 2 tomorrow. Yeah,
right.
buddy.
Good luck with that.
I don't need luck. It's fucking telling
miss
people,
you.
no, you can't get avocado on your stupid burger.
Then Monday, we're back with Survival Night. We're playing The Forest still. Played a little bit last night. Had some fun.
What are we talking about next week?
We got to talk about what you're doing. Are you going to be streaming ever again?
Thursdays. Thursdays is now the allocated day because with the new work schedule, how it sits right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am working at the deli from 6:30, 7 o'clock a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday night, I'm working 5 to midnight.
When will you be streaming? The question was
on Thursday nights.
The question wasn't when do you work?
So the only night that I have available,
you can find out where he is. He works at the deli that time, and
yeah.
Are you going to be streaming it all during the day on Saturdays and Sundays? Maybe here and there. Possibly.
Not. Probably not. No.
Okay.
I probably not. I mean, if it's something for a reason, like I have a hard time streaming before I go into work, simply because that's putting like my funny all out there, and then not having the same entertainment value for it to go into my wallet that night.
Funny.
Shut the fuck up. What are you streaming?
Tomorrow night, most likely, and Sunday night.
What time?
Probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I actually know my schedule.
Seriously, I agree with that sentiment. Streaming can be draining. That's why Saturday night's a busy night at Rapid Race, so that's when everybody goes out and drinks, and then they want a fucking chocolate milk to polish off all that fucking booze.
Good luck with all that.
Cool. I'll be good.
Check us out on Patreon. We have a lot of behind the scenes stuff up there. We've still got more stuff to go. We update it. I try to update it once or twice a month. Right now we have GM Patch Nasties and Beth's character creation, and we also have Dysfunctional Dad's character creation up there. So there's like 2 hours worth of content right there. And check us out on YouTube. And you can check out all of the past episodes of this Talking D&D, all of the past episodes of the War for Garaxia. You can check out all of our past episodes of Zombo Force, and any of our shorts, any of our content like Candle Bin and No Jump Bed. We are thinking about making some new Tony and Joe stuff. So, well, check us out there. And if you like that stuff, come join us on Discord. Next week, I am so confused on what we're going to be starting to do because we're running out of topics, I think, and we're going to start getting kind of like... making up topics.
Through 2 books.
Yeah.
We've gone through 2 books and we've neglected one.
Which one did we neglect?
The fucking monster manual. We talk about monsters all the time, but we never really do a deep delve into like certain monsters.
I guess we
like
could
devils
do that.
And demons.
I was thinking we do a Storytime Stanza episode.
Oh, those people we started first talking about like fucking 42 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them? Let's
That's
find
what
out.
That's
We
what I'm
can talk about
saying.
that
We
next
should
week.
find. Yeah, we'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So yeah, awesome. Second job, good luck. Sounds like you're gonna be pretty tired at times, though.
I am tired all the fucking time, man. It's where I live. If I wasn't tired, then I wouldn't be awake.
All right. So yeah, I guess that's it for us. Let's find someone to raid over to,
Okie dokie.
and then
Where
we'll
we going?
And then we'll meet Randy again. We'll see Randy.
Well, I'm already here.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're early.
Yeah, I'm a little upset though.
Why are you upset?
Well, I saw they were making another Toy Story movie, and they didn't call me. And Buzz Lightyear looks like a real person, so I don't think that he's a toy no more. So I'm a little upset.
You're a little upset.
I'm sorry, just a little upset. So I mean, I feel like Pixar and me, we're on the out and outs. So I don't know. They're not backing up the Pixar money no more.
Okay. So what's your plan from here on out?
Well, I remember when we broke up the first time, saying this is it, I've had enough.
Tell me a little bit more about that, Randy.
Cause like we hadn't even seen each other in a month when you said you needed space. What? Then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change. Trust me. Remember how I lasted for a day? I say, I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you. Ooh, 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 we called it off again last night, but ooh, woo, ooh, ooh, this time, I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. You go talk to Buzz and Woody and talk to me, but they are never, ever, ever making another Toy Story. I got nothing. I'm tired, man. Toy Story broke me. That was my one thing. Now I got nothing. I will go sailing no more. Toy Story songs. I got back up to Pixar money, please. I'm so broke. I need cigarettes
Bye, Randy.
and a new piano. Bye, guys.